All right, guys. So we are going to the crux of tonight's live, right? These are honestly why I say let's leave these women alone. I'm not showing. I don't. Again, I've said this countless times before. I base my content on not hating on women. Right? I don't. You may believe it. If you don't, it is what it is. But I don't try to spread hate against women towards women. I don't. What I do is I hold women accountable for their words and actions, right? I critique or I give reactions, I get criticisms to women's words and actions. And I've been on the train of, you know what? You either go MGTOW or you go passport, bro. Leave leave these modern Western women alone, right? Let them do their thing. Let them do their own thing. Yo, Evil Eddie, I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I make that kind of pizza too. So I definitely understand that. That's the thing. That's the men. That's how men are. Yo, Darius. Oh, that's awesome. Like Darius, I said like on last night's right, last night's live that All right, so this would be the basis, the crux of tonight's video. So let's check this out.
Because we get a lot through. Because we get a through. Because we get a lot from our female friend through. Because we
What the fuck?
through. Because we get a lot from our female friendships. We get a lot from our relationships with our mom. Men need women more than we need men. Like, I don't think that anyone realizes that, but it's very true because we get a lot from our female friendships. We get a lot from our relationships with our moms or whatever it might be. And men get everything from their beloved. And so I think that shows me that exact point that men need us more than we need them, which is hilarious because women are out there being like, oh my God, I can't find a man. And it's like, well, men are dying to find you.
I know it. When I was young, it was sort of during this period of women's lib, and there was a T-shirt. I think Gloria Steinem was the first one who wore it. It said, "Women need a man like a fish needs a bicycle." And I remember thinking, "Ew, maybe that's true." It's like, but I think though that the false narrative is that women, maybe because women are just more verbal about it. Women are like, I want to get married, or they tell the lie, like, Taylor Swift was referring to, when I say I don't want it, it's like, but the truth is men, it seems like in silence are the ones who really want the relationship.
It is in silence. And that's why no one thinks it to be true. But it is in silence. And as someone who's worked with male matchmaking clients, I can tell you they want it.
It is insane that she's a matchmaker. It is insane.
Men need women more than we need men. Like,
one, in my personal opinion, women cannot survive in life, right? If men didn't make it possible. So that is 100% fact. Now, modern day, yes, right? Men have civilized the world to such a degree that yes, women don't need men. Okay? But that is because of the men of the past, we have civilized, we have shaped the world where women, don't need men. Fine. It is what it is. And this is, again, no hate. Fine. You don't need men. Cool. I've been on record plenty of times said I support women staying single for the rest of their life. I support it. Please.
That's why you will buy a dog and die alone.
Please. I mean, please do not get into a relationship. I've said this before, right? I don't believe that modern day Western women should be in a relationship. I don't believe it. They are miserable people. They're miserable women. Now, it is true that men are better off in long-term happy relationships. Yeah. Because honestly, it gives men a purpose. But that's the thing. If men have a purpose, if men have a direction, that's when men are the most happiest. Right? If men are heading towards something, if men have a goal, if men have a direction, that's when men are the most happiest. So, guess what? A goal, a direction is a family. Providing for a family, catering to a family, taking care of a family, protecting a family. That is a goal. That is a direction. So, yeah, no duh. But I don't. But this is why I said, okay, I've been promoting either go passport bro, right? Where you find women that actually want, actually their goal is a family. They seek happiness through a family. Don't deal with these Western women. Don't deal with modern day Western women because honestly, they are they're too miserable, right? They're too miserable to be suitable. Now, I also say this, okay? Or go MGTOW, right? If you can focus, if your goal is if you can focus on your own happiness, on your own betterment, that's just as good. So again, plenty of men are going MGTOW. Plenty of men are, focusing on themselves, focus on their own happiness, focus on their own hobbies, but fine. She said it, okay? She said,
I don't think that anyone realizes that, but it's very true because we get a lot from our female friendships. We get a lot from our relationships with our moms or whatever it might be.
you see this, right? It is women compensating for a lack of a man. Women compensating for a lack of a man. And this is the thing where a lot of women don't realize. Okay, but what if you don't have friends? Now what?
I'm just so fucking lonely. I don't think I ever expected being in a situation where I am actively trying to make connections and not being able to do so. That is strange. And that feels like a product of age. It feels like there are so many people who have friends that they carried in from other phases of life.
Darius, and that is why I'm promoting, right? I'm promoting men. Do not be desperate. Don't be desperate. Work on yourself. There are more women out there. All right? The world should be your playground. The world, right, is your dating market. Do not be forced to deal with modern day Western women.
Or who they found circumstantially in a very specific phase of life. I'm not finding other people who are 40 who are looking for fresh, brand new, from scratch, deep connections, new friends from square one. And it has been absolutely brutal. I'm 40 years old. I'm going to be 41 in October, and I have never felt this lonely in my life. And I certainly never expected that at 40 is when I would feel this level of loneliness. Some of that, of course, is just moving to a new city and being literally in a place where I don't have friends. That is certainly an actual piece. But it has been one of the most demoralizing, discouraging, just depressing seasons of my life. It has been really, really hard. So if you have tips on how to make friends at 40 years old, especially in a new city, please let me know. I've done the apps. I've been on Bumble BFF. I've been on forums. I've joined several really big Discord servers of local girls. I've tried to go to meetups. I've gone out to happy hours. I've joined a couple clubs. I am literally doing all the things that I can think to do. But here I am, feeling so sure that there's a person nearby who could be my DC person, but I just can't find her. So
Again, this is the lie that other women tell other women. All right, you have all. Well, what if you don't have friends? Now you have nothing. This is again. Women will use other things to compensate for the whole of having no man. Mr. GQ, what's up, my brother? These modern women talking points is backwards. Their talking points is talking their men. It's called difference between men. Yeah.
I'm in my mid-20s and I can confidently say that I have no friends. And I understand that we're in a loneliness epidemic, but when y'all are saying you don't have friends, it doesn't seem the same as when I'm saying I don't have friends. Because from what I'm seeing, it's people have friends, like human beings that you communicate with daily and you hang out with, and you just haven't found your good friend group. Like, you haven't found your best friends, which is fine. That's what our 20s are for. And some people will say that they have work friends. They don't have real friends. I don't have work friends because I work from home, and everyone else.
I agree, Evil Eddie. But this is a thing where women use friends as a honestly, as a shield, right? It's like, it's literally, right, to compensate for you can't find a man. That's what it is.
Doesn't live in California, and I don't have anybody. Like, I'm confidently saying I don't have anybody. Like, I don't have anybody that I could send a meme to. I don't have anybody that I could go to lunch with. I haven't been out to lunch with someone that's not like...
I can tell you this, right? This is why it's dangerous. Women think it's dangerous when men like this, right? When men's group like this channel and other channels like it, we are gathering, we are creating a brotherhood. We are creating a circle, right? A circle of friends, a circle of brotherhood. They think this right here, why do you think I'm hanging out with you guys? You know, why do you think I'm hanging out with you guys? Because we are friends. We are brothers. Women cannot handle it. Women won't handle, male loneliness? Nah, we ain't dealing with that shit.
My mom in over a year, it feels like, and it's just, what am I supposed to do? Everybody just says, oh, making friends as an adult is hard, and then they move on. And it's like, okay, I understand that. We've acknowledged that. Making friends as an adult is hard. Where do I go from here? Like, okay, what is the next step? And I know that I have to put myself out there. And
Exactly. Mr. GQ, exactly. And this is what I'm doing, right? I've said this before. I'm not looking to grow like millions of subscribers. No, I like that. You know what? The people who are following me, the people that are following me actually want to follow me, right? Actually support me, actually are, hanging out with me because they like me. So again, I'm building a true brotherhood, in my opinion. I'm building a brotherhood. And like I said, this is why I said, if we get to 10K, I want to celebrate it by hanging out. We go around, we will find a place. We will find a place on this fucking earth and we'll hang out.
I do, and I don't drink, so I find like all these youth events in my city, and I go to, I don't know, like trivia nights, and I go to bingo, and I go to anything where it's like, it's an opportunity for me to meet people and talk to people. And it seems like everybody already has their own friends, or even if you like exchange Instagrams, they're not interested in pursuing anything further, which I understand, because I also like being in my room and being on TikTok, and I understand that's probably what we're all doing. But at some point, like, we have to do something. Like, we have to move forward, and I don't know how to do that, and I feel really alone, because again, I just feel like nobody else has, like, literally.
Yeah, church is a good place, right? Church is a place to find a like-minded person. So I definitely, if religion is like a big priority of yours, I would definitely recommend a church.
Nobody. And everything that you see on my profile is like, I go out with my sister all the time, which is good, and I'm very lucky that I have my sister, and I have such a strong bond with my sister. But it's like, this is the only person that I ever spend time with, and I don't know, like, my birthday.
But think about this, right? What if your friend, what if your sister, what if your mom, what if they focus on their own life? What if they get a partner? This is a problem with a lot of women, where they build their lives around this friendship. And then when this friendship, it fractures because this one wants a relationship, This one's about to get married. This one's going into a relationship. Now what? Right? You build the lies around, oh, let me just, have a bunch of friends and I don't need a partner. No. I think you're waiting for the dominoes to fall.
It just passed and I spent it with my sister again for like the 5th year in a row. And I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I do want her there, but I also want other people. Like, I want a community. I'm sorry. I don't want to be like crying on this stupid app, but like, I want a community of people that like.
David, what's up, my brother? What's up? I don't know about that, right? I don't know about that.
Care about me, that I care about, and I know I'm not the problem, which I know sounds crazy to say, but like, I know I'm not the problem because I'm really nice and I'm fun and I'm very respectful. Like, I don't know what to do, and I feel very alone, and I don't know what to do, and I just genuinely do not see like a point to this anymore. If you're alone, like, what is the point of being human? Like, it literally sounds like philosophical, but like but like the point of like.
Apparently, we don't need men anymore. Now, just stating the obvious here, these women are very drunk, and as you can see, that brings out the worst in people.
Nobody needs men!
But I have to admit, I've been in situations where women were completely sober, and they were still talking about men like they are trash. To prove my point, here's a video of women who aren't drunk.
My husband, it takes a village of women to make sure that he's not emaciated, starving, and living in his own filth.
How did we even get to
This is the thing where don't even bother with these women. Yet you're saying you're bad mouthing your man, and this is the thing. That's why this is why, right? We ain't dealing with these women. We should not be dealing with these women. Women on The View, yes, they're ridiculous.
to a point in history where so many
Omni, what's up, my brother?
women don't even recognize the value that men bring to the table? Well, throughout most of human history, men and women came together out of necessity. People complain a lot about how bad things are nowadays, but life used to be a lot harder. A lot of people were poor and barely getting by. And if you don't have anything yourself, you need other people. You had to form strong relationships just to survive. But nowadays, we've got so much luxury in the Western world and institutions where you can go to for help, and as a consequence, we need other people less. I mean, of course, we still need other people, but not as directly as we used to. And since most women also have jobs now, they don't need men to take care of them like they used to. Men and women don't really come together anymore because they need to. The only reason for them coming together now is because they want to. But when they also don't want to be together, there is really nothing left. And I only have to take one look at my own comment section to know how bad the situation really is. Comments about how it's too late, how dating sucks, and how men think living in a cave surrounded by other men and owning a fancy car is better than getting married. And honestly, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I've seen way worse comments under other videos. There are a lot of men who have just completely given up on dating because they think it's not even worth it. And a lot of men just pretend they have stopped caring about it altogether. But of course, this is just a coping mechanism because who are we fooling here? You can tell yourself that all you like, but it must really hurt to feel like you're not.
I definitely say, right? Men need to focus on their purpose. I've been always in the camp where, for me personally, okay, I do believe that us as men, or as as people, right? We need each other. This is why I've never been out here saying I hate women, because I do believe that to continue the human race, or it's part of our biology, we need each other. So I've never been supporting of, hate on women, and just stop dating women. No, because in all honesty, that mindset won't get you nowhere. Right? This is why I rather support passport bros. Right? I rather promote my brothers to do passport bros, because honestly, there will be a woman out there that fits you better.
Need it or to not have a sense of purpose. But the interesting thing is that men aren't the only ones who feel like giving up.
I don't know. I've had really bad luck. So everything. Like, I've been treated like shit.
And this is something I hear a lot from women. They also feel like men have treated them badly. And I think there's one very important reason for this. I've discussed this in a video before, but women tend to want men who are at the top of the food chain. So these top men have a lot of options, which makes them less likely to settle for just one woman. And I'm just guessing here, but I think this girl has dated one of these guys where she was just one of many, which is why she feels like this. As a result of this, both men and women feel like they're treated like trash by the other sex. Women feel like they don't have to settle for anything less than they deserve, because they can take
Exactly. Bro, this is what I said, right? Let's go passport, bro. Let's do it. Right?
care of themselves, because most women have a job, which can definitely also be a good thing, because I also wouldn't want to be trapped in a marriage that I don't want. But feeling like you have a ton of options can also make you not settle.
You know what I also hate is that when women say trap in a marriage you don't want. So you weren't trapped in a relationship you don't want. You weren't trapped in an engagement you don't want. But after marriage, you were trapped in a marriage you don't want. I always find that insane.
Settle for anyone ever. And thank God there are also women who do see a man's value and they make videos like this. Apparently,
I do get very triggered around going to my brother's at Christmas and all the kids being there and I'm the only single person there.
I agree with this.
And I've started feeling, I mean, he doesn't know this, but I feel such, I can't help it, and it brings me shame. But like when I see his kids who have now got girlfriends and boyfriends, I feel such shame. And it's awful because I don't want to be that person. I want to be like proud auntie and the auntie that they all get on with, and you know, but I get so sort of locked in my shame that I then don't become the best person in the room because I stop talking. Yeah. I do get very...
It comes in waves. Most of the time, I'm okay. And then it comes and hits me like nobody's business. And honestly, I've been feeling like this a lot lately. It's love. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing it myself.
I'm 32 years old. That means I've hit the wall 2 years ago, and my life has been amazing. Best 2 years. I'm Chinese. We love walls.
I quit at being independent. I don't want to do this shit no more. This shit no more. Like, I'm me. Stop having babies with black men.
Y'all know how females be saying, we don't need no man. I don't need no man for nothing. Y'all are driving around here in brakes looking like this. Let me show you the other side. Y'all better get y'all man and sit y'all ass down.
I post my naked body online to
like
put it short.
Fully naked?
Yes.
Are you fulfilled doing this?
Absolutely not. No, it has made me like extremely depressed.
Well,
emotional, damn it.
How much longer do you want to do this for?
I would love to stop now.
What's wrong with women with kids?
What's wrong with little Jimmy with freckles and the glasses?
He's not my type.
Not my type?
Gotcha, bitch. How old are you?
53.
At your age, have you found that dating has become easier or harder for you?
Absolutely harder.
50-year-old men, are they going for women in their age category or younger women?
They want women in their category, but they pretty much go for the younger woman.
If you are single and you are in the dating marketplace at that time, when that happens, say you're 37, 36, 38, 40, whatever it may be, and you are still on the hunt for that man, and you hit the wall and you can see in your face that you are no longer the face that you were at whether it was 30 or 35 or 25.
Awesome, Darius. Have a good night, my brother. Have a good night.
Whatever it is, you are going to be panicked because now you know that you are going to compete with women who are younger, who are largely more fertile, not always, but largely speaking, yes, who have that youthfulness to them.
When you guys go out, who usually pays for the dates?
Do you even have to ask?
So I'm assuming it would be him.
Yeah.
that.
Well, I mean, that's a safe assumption, unless you knew Stacy here. Yes. Very confident, demanding. So she makes me pay for everything. Yes, you're right.
Come on now, dog.
Under what circumstances do you cover the bill?
Never.
Why is that?
Because I bring my value
How do you bring your value?
by being myself
What?
and entertaining this man.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
How do I bring my value?
What do you mean?
I mean, I would.
It's her body. It's her beauty. That is her value. This is a thing where women just pretty much know it. That's women's value. Their body, their beauty.
Wouldn't hang out with a guy that didn't pay.
Why is it okay for women to say that they want to date millionaires, but if men say they want to date size 2s, they're
Because women are a bunch of hypocrites and they don't take accountability for what they're saying or believing. They just want what they want. And then anytime they get called out for any of their bullshit, they just say, whatever.
Ladies, I've got a serious question. When you are dating or you've decided to enter into a relationship, what do you bring to the table? Like, seriously, I know you're cute. I know you know how to dress. I know you look fine and your figure's tight, the waist is snatched. But what are you bringing to the table? Everywhere on social media, I see that men need to be 6'2". They need to be emotionally available. They need to be able to pay for bills. They need to be able to pay for dates. Absolutely, I don't disagree with that. But what do you bring to the table? Are you emotionally available?
Big Barge, what's up, my brother? What's up?
It's noon on Sunday, Memorial Day weekend, and I have nothing to do. I have nowhere to go. And I'm not looking for pity. This is the reality for some people sometimes.
This is a thing where I want to talk to my brothers, right? I get it. MGTOW is nice. And I definitely think that us men, we need time for ourselves. We need to focus on ourselves. This is why I do like MGTOW in a way where you need to gain self-respect. You need to gain self-love. But I hope my brothers will understand that at the end of the day, Evil Eddie said it, right? Where is it? Men and women are complementary, right? We need each other. I really don't want my brothers to think that, I hate women. I'm never going to date a woman. No. Don't be like that. Because life is already tough, right? You could. We're all adults. Do what makes you happy. But you would think that, okay, women are terrible. That's why I don't want. No, but this is the thing. This is why I do promote Passport Bros. The world is bigger than our backyard, right? The world is bigger than the West. So I think spending your life alone is sometimes nice, right? I get it. I can see the appeal, right? It's like it's peaceful and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, there's some joy to having a partner along on the ride. So I definitely want my brothers to, if you don't, and if you're not, to always think of other options. If you want to, like I said, I mean, if being alone is your way for happiness, great. But if being alone is your way to not be hurt, my brothers, travel the world, right? Only because it's women. It's women who are pig-headed. They are stubborn, who think, I don't need no man, so you know what? I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. Great for you. But in my opinion, that is honestly a sad life to live, in my opinion. Now, again, if you do find happiness in loneliness, awesome. I just don't think that most people do. Of course, there's plenty that is fine with, being by themselves. I just think there's not, that much enjoyment in it.
I know some of you will come into the comments and be like, why don't you go do this? Why don't you go do that? Why don't you call this person? Why do you call that person? I know how to do all those things, but sometimes you do all those things and this is what's left. I spend a lot of holidays alone, not on purpose. I do the phone calls, I do the things, I try to put it out there, but this is the reality of it. And now that I know it because I'm living it, I'm much gentler with other people. I'm much more careful when I ask them, what are you doing this holiday weekend? Because some people don't have things to do. And again, I want to be clear, it's not a pity party. It's the reality for so many people. I spent about an hour with a friend. Now I'm about to go into stores to look for something to fulfill me. It's so beautiful outside. I'll get on my bike later, probably. I'll walk my dog later.
See, big bars? That's what I'm saying. Where I think most men, most of us, we want someone, right? Life is hard on our own. But this is a thing where I promote one tenet of the MGTOW, right? Where you think about yourself, you care about yourself. If you have self-respect, you have self-love, that is the big thing, right? But let's travel the world. Come on, my brothers. Like, focus on your money, focus on bettering yourself, right? When you're at a good spot in life, let's travel. Let's check out the world. There's more to the world, right? I get it. Women in the West, they're shitty, right? Women in the West are not great. Again, the world is bigger than the women around here.
I know that for sure. Actually, no, I won't, because I'm too anxious and I'm too sad and I'll still be alone. And even if you were to present an opportunity to me right now to do something or be with someone, I'm literally in that state where I can't. It's just this crazy, I don't know what the purpose.
And that's the thing where I don't want my brothers to be like this, right? We've seen it, right? So many women, the longer they're alone, the worse they are to be with someone. Please don't be like that, my brothers. Like I said, this is why I keep on promoting you guys to be the best version of yourselves. Do not be like women. Do not be jaded. Do not be miserable. Like, this is the thing where I show these videos not to hate on women. Right? I show these videos not to hate on women. I want us brothers to cell phones rot their brains. It do, right? But I show these videos for us to gain that knowledge where, you know what? I ain't gonna be like this. I ain't gonna be miserable, because I don't promote misery, right? With my brothers, I'm not promoting misery. I want us to be happy, right? And I promote it. Find a partner as well, right? But we should also create the brotherhood, create a friendship where we're not miserable people. I believe the sisterhood is just a club for miserable women. Miserable, lonely, man-hating women. I'm not creating that same type of community, okay? My brotherhood is a brotherhood that we support each other. We support each other. We push each other to be better. But we also say, don't hate women. Don't hate women. There are plenty of good women in this world, right? In this world. Definitely, there's a lot of terrible women in the West, but that doesn't mean that, there aren't good women in the world. Do not close off your heart. I've been there and I've done that. Yes, it's a man-hating club. The sisterhood is a man-hating club. This right here is not a woman-hating club. My brotherhood that I'm trying to create isn't based on hating women. It isn't, right? I want us to hold people accountable, particularly hold women accountable for their words and actions, but also support men, push men to be the best version of themselves. And then also, don't close your heart out, right? Don't close your heart off to the world, right? That's why I want my brotherhoods to be like that.
Point is of what I'm saying, other than sometimes.
I agree, Omni, right? Don't rush. Don't rush it. Learn to enjoy the process.
When you see somebody, don't assume they have their shit together. Don't assume it's picture perfect. It's noon on.
This girl at work said something to me the other day, and I like can't get it out of my head. Heard a baby around her. I was like, oh God, that's free birth control for me. And she's like, oh, that makes me think of my little baby. And I was like, yeah, I'm too selfish. I don't want kids. Like, I have a dog. That's enough for me. A couple of days later, she's like, so you don't want kids, but you have a dog. Do you have like a boyfriend or anything? And I was like, no, I've never had a boyfriend. She was like, how old are you? And I said, 27. She's like, and you've never had a boyfriend? And I like never really cared. But there's something about her like saying that really hit me this time, because like I've never been on even like 2 dates with the same person. Like, even guys I've talked to or like hooked up with, they'll slowly stop talking to me, and then I find out they have a girlfriend, or they get into a new relationship like a week later. And like when I was younger and I didn't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I'd be like, it's because I'm fat. I used to weigh like 320 pounds. I lost 160 pounds. It's not like I'm being hit up every day, every week, even every month with like people in my DMs or like messaging me on Snapchat trying to get with me. It's like no one hits me up. It's not even like I'm being selective with who I'm picking and like turning people away. It's just like people aren't coming up to me, and I don't understand. Not like I have an issue with people like wanting to hook up with me, but if it tries to go a step further, they're like, absolutely not, no. I don't want to just like hook up with random people that I don't know, so I'll tell people that I don't want to hook up with them until I know them, and then they're like, well, you're a prude. I'm like, I literally can't win. Why it's like hitting me so hard this time is the fact that she had the audacity to ask by choice, and I just sit there and I'm like, no, it's not by choice. When I was younger, I was like, oh, it's because I'm fat. Oh, it's because I'm fat. Once I lose weight, I'll have no problem. And now that I'm like not fat, I'm just like, what is it? What is the reason? So now I'm gonna finish my energy drink and hit the gym until I can't feel my emotions anymore. Maybe that.
You're damaged. This is the thing. And this is why I'm keep on trying to tell my brothers, do not let the past damage you. This is the thing where, why do I and I've said this, I stand on the things I say, right? Why I promote my brothers, right? Do not let your past damage you. Okay? I always think like iron sharpens iron, right? The traumas we've experienced as men, do not let it weigh you down. Just let it make you stronger, right? Trauma for women make women miserable people to be with. The trauma for men should only make you stronger, make you wiser, right? That's the shit where makes you better as men. Do not let trauma of your past make you into miserable, bitter people. I've said this before, right? I could be sitting here crying because of my ex. She fucked up my life. But you know what? No. I'm the thing where I will take accountability. I messed up. I will not blame women for my life. I will not blame women for my life. Because honestly, that is just trauma speaking. And blaming others for your life does what for you? It doesn't improve you. It doesn't make your life better, right? It doesn't do anything. So I like to take self-reflection. I do not make excuses. I do not put blame on other people. And again, that is why I promote accountability. We as men should just focus on ourselves, focus on our actions. Do not blame the world. Do not blame women. Do not blame nobody but ourselves. I show these videos for us to not hate on women, but to recognize, to understand things, right? To understand that we don't want to be like this. We don't need to be blaming women, blaming other people for our lives. She could take the initiative. She definitely could.
Cannot intellectualize yourself out of the human desire to be loved, and that's why I think this entire decenter men, get hobbies instead of dating, it's all BS.
No, that's the thing where exactly this is why I try not to hate on other people. I try not to blame other people for anything. I try to make the best of the situation. I try to find what I can learn from the situation. Alan, what's up, my brother? What's up? Thank you for the congratulations.
And it's coming from people who are too embarrassed to admit how lonely they are out of some shame they feel for perpetual loneliness. I will explain. all over my For You page, and especially my Twitter, over the past like 2 weeks, people have been discussing this topic, which granted is a reoccurring topic, that like, you need to decenter men. That phrase should exclusively apply to not teaching girls that the best thing they can do in life is become a wife and mother, in terms of like, don't center your life around being an accessory to a man's dream. Right? Like, you should have your own personhood. What it does not refer to, and what I think it's very detrimental to tell single people that it refers to, is this idea that like, you shouldn't prioritize like romantic love, right? Human civilizations across time, almost every civilization has prioritized familial love, platonic love, like the love between your friends, and romantic love. It's the stuff that makes up our fairy tales. It inspires our hopes and dreams. We are wired to want these things. Humans are.
And that's the thing where I don't want my brothers to be jaded, right? I mean, it sounds like big bars is, I don't want us to be jaded. Like I said, I don't want it to be like where we're hating women. I don't. And this is the thing where I always go about it where we hold other people accountable. We see the words that they say, but we also recognize that the world is bigger than the women we see in the West, the women we see on social media. We just learn what women are like, right? We learn what women are like. We learn that, we not be like these types of women where, all the hate that women give us, right? We don't deal with it. So this is why I showed where, honestly, we don't put women on a pedestal. We do not put women on a pedestal. And that's probably one of the things why I like to show these videos. You don't put women on a pedestal. Women are not angels. Women are not goddesses. Women are not perfect tens. They're not. Women are very flawed human beings. Very flawed. And I think a lot of men growing up, we think women are absolute perfection. We think women are, we put women on a pedestal. And this is where I at least try to bring them down to, they're humans. They're humans just like all of us.
Are social creatures. We're meant to live in community with one another. We're programmed to love and to be loved. And pretending like you can just watch these TikToks or like read a couple of books, get out of this human desire, is nuts. And it doesn't even apply when you look at the ways we treat the enduring grief that comes with not having the two other types of love besides romantic, right? Because if I say like, I don't have a family, my parents are dead, I don't have siblings, or I don't have a good family, I don't have contact with them, people recognize that that is enduring grief that I will experience for the rest of my life. We acknowledge it on Mother's Day, Father's Day, the holiday season. We hold space to listen to the stories of those who are hurting, even those who have found family. Just this idea that like, there is something so painful about not having anyone who's related to you or the people who raised you. Similarly, we hold space for people who don't have any friends. People talk about how traumatic and genuinely heartbreaking it was to not have friends in primary school. It's something that,
this is the thing where, again, this is why I'm creating this brotherhood, right? One of the reasons why I create this channel is that I want a brotherhood, right? Father's Day is a joke. It is. It definitely is. Father's Day is a joke. But here's the thing. This is why I want to create this brotherhood. I want to create a community of men where, you know what? We are friends. We are brothers. We are, we're not shy of saying that we care for each other, right? We're not shy to say that, I've said this before, that I love you guys, right? I think you guys are amazing. You guys, during a hard period of my life, right? Creating this channel, doing this live has helped me. It has helped me where it's took me out of the darkness, right? So I've always said that, creating this community has helped me mentally, so that's why I always express that you guys are amazing. And I show my appreciation and love to you guys. And I will always view you guys as brothers. And I want to create a community like that where at the end of the day, you can definitely call me a friend. You guys can definitely call me a friend. And we don't have that enough, right? As men, we don't have enough like that. We don't have a community. And this is why I want to create this kind of community, this brotherhood.
still like tinges when they're an adult. And then when people discuss how lonely they are because they don't have romantic love, then it's suddenly like, oh, you're so desperate. Oh, you need to get over that. You just need to get a hobby. Frankly, you should stop trying to pursue it. And it's like, why? And I never realized how hypocritical and cruel we were being to single people until I got into my current relationship. And like, I know that I'm gonna marry my boyfriend. This is the best relationship that I've ever been in. I'm genuinely really happy. And it made me realize like so much of the advice that we give to single people is just absolute bull.
Steve, thank you. I mean, this is a thing where we're brothers. We are brothers. I hope that, this is why I wanted to live where you guys can, chill and hang out with me. Dude positive. What's up, my brother? This is a thing where I get it. I do understand women. It's always about money, but we also got to think that you could hope that you can find a woman that it's not only about money. Because here's the thing where I always think that it is a duty for a man to provide, right? It is, but it shouldn't be it shouldn't be the reason why you're with a man. Again, this is why I say, you got to open your world to bigger things. Right? Bigger things in the world. Don't just shut yourself off. But I get it, right? I can understand it. It's not easy.
Bullshit. Telling people that a healthy, happy relationship is not something to want feels crazy, because if you are watching this right now and you are in a happy, healthy relationship, you know damn well that it's better than being single. Even the best times that I had being single, because there's something about being fulfilled romantically. And it's not something that can be made up for with my friends or my family, even though I have very strong friends and family relationships. It's just not the same. And that's fine. Why do we meet people with such disdain when they say they're lonely, especially knowing the onus we put on women, especially to get partnered? This advice is never coming from people who are like, either really happy with being single or who are in happy, healthy relationships. It's coming from people who are fighting back the tears when they're making these videos or giving out this advice like, well, actually, I'm fine with my state and you need to be too, because I don't want to hear anybody else talking about it. Like, that's very much the energy that it gives. And I'll end it on this note. There is a particularly disingenuous way that we talk about people who have been affected by the lack of romantic love when they acknowledge that it's because they don't meet the beauty standard, right? Like, yes, everybody is beautiful, but we know that some people they meet a specific beauty standard, and the people who don't, you have a harder time dating. Why are you making them feel bad for saying that? A girl got on my For You page and she was talking about the fact she was a heavy girl. She was talking about the fact that her weight made boys not
Red Door, my sister, what's up?
Like her. I've never been fat, but I know that that's true because I see how people treat other fat people. And the comments were gaslighting her. They were like, no, like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. Like, you know damn well. It feels so mean, especially if you're a person who's like always gotten romantic connections or you've always been desired romantically, to tell a person who's never had that, who's like on the internet crying or in real life crying, like, I wish this happened to me, and be like, it's actually not that great. Like, you don't need it. Like, it's like looking at a starving person and then eating a hamburger and knowing that your entire life you've just like binged out of the most decadent foods and being like, the food's actually not that good. Like, you're fine. You don't need this. Anyway, the post-gym glow is like so real.
Again, at the end of the day, we gotta do what is best for each other. I mean, what's best for yourself. If you think that, again, being single is the best choice for you, I support it, right? I support it. If you believe that, being single is what brings you peace and happiness and contentment, I support it. I do. Okay. But I also want to push men to don't necessarily close yourself off, right? But at the very least, this is why I'm trying to create and push this brotherhood, because at the least is that we have each other, right? At the least we have this brotherhood. So that is what I'm trying to do, right? This is what I'm trying to create, where at the very least we have this brotherhood. So I want to say that.
Can we please have a...
I'm so tired of hearing about the male loneliness epidemic, so let's talk about the female loneliness epidemic, because we're experiencing one too. The one where men treat you like you're some fantasy object, and the moment they realize you're an actual human being with thoughts, feelings, and emotions, they're gone. Or when they want you for your body, but never have any intention of actually getting to know it or respecting it. Or when they want you for your emotional intelligence, even though they have no intention of ever reciprocating it. or when they want you for what you can do for them, but they don't want you for who you are. That's loneliness. Crying yourself to sleep every night next to a partner who claims to love you even though his actions never follow his words, that's loneliness. Being too afraid to open yourself up to love and opening yourself up to men because we live in a world where SA, domestic violence, and femicide is so normalized, that's loneliness. The difference is that the male loneliness epidemic is self-inflicted and the female loneliness epidemic is self-preservation. I'm so tired.
And this is a thing where I get it, right? Women like this, you are better off single. With women like this, you are better off single. Okay? With women like this who don't realize that they are the problem, right? With women like this who don't realize that, you know what? The men you're talking about, she is full of crap, right? The men you're talking about isn't all men. It isn't men, right? It's like, it's the men you're dealing with, so you blame all men for it. Again, I get it. With women like this, you are better off going your own way. And this is why I show women like this, right? This is why I show videos like this, so you can understand. Yeah, I would stay away from women like this. But this is also why I say, have your passport, my brothers, right? Have your passport, because honestly, the world is bigger than women like this, right? There's plenty of women in this world that's not blaming everything on women. How's the sandwich coming? Laughing man, my brother. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. But yes, this is why, right? Thank you, Red Door. This is why I show women like this. So we know that, you know what? We are staying away from women like this.
So there's actually a women's loneliness epidemic too. It's just that
she's an amazing woman, married to an amazing man, right? And created an amazing family. And that's the thing. This is why I've said there are women out there that are amazing. Okay? There are women out there that's not like these insane ass women. So this is why I said it. Where I'm not trying to create a community where men are hating on women. No. I am creating a community where men understand women. Know that, you know what? These are not women I want. These are women that have created their own problems and are projecting their own trauma onto the world of men. So this is why we stay away from women like this.
We will manage our feelings of longing and hunger, and you guys won't. Do you think we like this? Do you think that all the single women in the world like the fact that we cannot find decent human men to spend our time with? Do you think we like that? Do you think we like going years without physical contact with the gender we're sexually attracted to? Do you think we like that? The thing that kills me the most is how many fucking phenomenal single women I know, absolutely wonderful, beautiful, successful human beings I know who happen to be women. I don't know any single men. I don't know any. None. That's fucked up. That's super fucked up. If there are this many of us, there should be this many of them, right? I wonder what they're doing. I wonder where they are. I wonder what they're up to right now. Oh, that's right. They're in my comment section telling me how I'm gonna die alone with my cats. Like, that doesn't sound like fun. We're lonely too, bitch. We are lonely too. We're just better at it. We are so much better at handling our feelings of unrequited desire and longing than men choose to be. And yes, it's a choice. You can choose to be happily single. You can choose to find more community around you. You can choose productive ways to spend your time. Or you can sit at home and yell at women you don't know in their comment sections. Up to you. So there's actually a women's loneliness epidemic too. It's just that we will manage our feelings of longing and hunger.
This is the thing. We are leaving these women alone. I'm not in their comment section, spewing hate. I don't give a shit. You are single. You are happily single. Stay that way. You are happily single. Stay that way. Because honestly, I don't care. I'm promoting men to focus on themselves. Men to gain self-love, self-respect. Right? And you can do that through MGTOW or, right? If you gain that self-love, the self-respect, you can also look towards being a passport bro. Leave these women alone. Let these women, right, be happily single. Because honestly, in my opinion, these women do not qualify for good men. They don't, because they have been tainted by feminism. They have been ruined by feminism, right? Their brains have been poisoned by feminism. So no, these women, I'm perfectly happy and fine with leaving these women alone. No hate whatsoever. Please stay happily single.
Y'all call me crazy, call me Gen Z, call me unhinged, but it's genuinely gotten to a point of loneliness that I have no one else to talk to but ChatGPT. I have no one else to talk to but ChatGPT. Like, I low-key think I need like a therapist type of friend vibe, but like,
I do admit, right, Steve? I do admit, right? I mean, I've been single for a while now, and my money has been going up. So, I get it. But I also say this, right? I mean, there's a certain point where you get to a certain amount of money. You can't spend it all on yourself. I mean, you could, right? You could, but I mean, it's a nice thing to, spend a bit on someone you love. So,
genuinely, like, every time I have a problem that I don't really want to deal with in the moment, I just go to ChatGPT and ask that bitch for help, because who really can help me? And like, sometimes she'd be eating with the advice, but other times it'd be like, girl, like, why would you tell me to do that? Like, why would you tell me to do that? But then there'll be other times, like, I'll put a text that someone sent me into ChatGPT to help me, like, analyze it. And like, she'd be clocking tea. Like, she'd be reading shit that you would not, like, necessarily think about, like, while reading a text. Like, she'll, like, pick up on the shade. She'll pick up on everything, bro. Like, she's actually, like, I don't know. My ChatGPT's a girl. I don't know about y'all, but she's becoming my new best friend, damn it. Hold on. No. It can't be a robot. Like, I just refuse to believe that. Like, no. Y'all.
this is the life of women.
Where is my man at? Where is my man at? I hate to make my entire life about relationships, but where is my man at?
He's living his best life, staying away from entitled modern women such as yourself.
Where is my man?
That's the thing where, like I said, we recognize these types of women, right? We recognize these types of women, and then we're done, right? That's the process where we can understand what type of women these are. We recognize what type of women they are, and we stay away. Again, there are paths we take. Either go MGTOW, where you focus on yourself, you focus on your happiness, you focus on your contentment, or you go passport bro. Again, we're not dealing with these modern day Western women.
Obviously, I want to be with a man who's more successful than me, right? And so what I realize is I'm like, damn, these men who are super successful, they have unlimited options. Whereas me as a successful woman, my dating pool is like tiny. Do you feel that as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the more successful you get as a woman, the less options you have.
Right. Whereas for them, it's vice versa. Yeah.
For them, it's more options.
I know.
Guys don't feel the need to be taken care of. They like to take care of you, so then they can literally take care of anyone. The more successful they get, they don't care if you're a waiter, like they don't care if you like teacher, what you are. They just are like, okay, well, if you're the right one, like it kind of is a little up. Men have so much more options than women.
Obviously.
And that's the thing where we as men, we need to create our options. Don't hold yourself back. The world should be your options, right? So that's something that we should figure out, right? Do not let anything hold yourself back, because I want my brothers to find that happiness, right? However that may be, right? However that might be. So I want my brothers to, find contentment, find happiness. So that's what I promote.